Okay, so here is a question where there's a whole lot going on. We've got fractions, we've got brackets, and sometimes it's confusing to know, well, what do I do first? And what am I allowed to do in order to maintain this balance? Because that's our whole goal, right? Is to try and keep one side equal to the other. Okay, so what exactly is allowed in this situation? All right. So, one of the things we could do is we could take this 1/3, we could distribute it into the brackets. So, share it with each thing in the brackets and then do the same to this. Okay, we could do that. And then we have, but then we just have a whole bunch of fractions, which we do know how to deal with, but ultimately, what I like to do is I like to get rid of the fraction first. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to say, how can I just get rid of the fraction to just simplify the question? So, anytime we've gotten rid of fractions in the past, it's been by looking at the denominator and going, how can I cancel those out? Okay, and what we need is we talked about multiplying by a common denominator. Okay, so because we're multiplying, because we're trying to get rid of the fraction. Okay, so in order to multiply, in order to get rid of the fraction, we got to multiply by the common denominator. So here we can see we have a 3. Okay, so that's good. And then here inside the 6, we know that where there are the factors 2 and 3. So as I can see here, we've already got the 3. So, but we don't have a 2. So I'm going to put a 2 there. And now I have all the factors. Okay. That, so this must be my common denominator that exists in the denominator. Okay. Woo. Didn't mean to do that. Okay. So we're going to go ahead now and multiply by our common denominator, which is 3 times 2, which is 6. Now, terms are held together by multiplication because these are inside brackets and attached with multiplication. Okay. Is considered one term. Okay. So when you are getting rid of fractions, you're multiplying every term by the common denominator. So because these are held by multiplication, they are one term. So I can just go ahead and multiply one side by 6, and then the same is happening here. This whole side is held together by multiplication. So it is considered one term. So I can go ahead and multiply this also by 6. Okay, so now I can see, right, I have 6 divided by 3. Okay, I know 6 divided by 3 is 2. Okay, so by crossing out, they're not becoming zeros, right? I am just reducing the fraction. Just like here, 6 divided by 6 is 1. So it's not 0, it's 1. So now I can go 2 times 1 is just 2. And then I still have these brackets. Okay. And then here I have 1 times 5, which is just 5. And then I still have what's in the brackets here. So now I have greatly simplified my process. So now I can just go ahead and instead of distributing a 1/3, I'm distributing a 2. So 2 times 5 is 10. And 2 times negative 3t is negative 6t. Okay, and then I do the same on this side. 5 times t is 5t. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. And now I'm just getting my numbers on one side and my variables on the other. And I want to try and keep my variables positive. So I'm going to add 6t. I'm going to add 6t. Okay. So this goes to 0. Okay. And then I'm also going to, so I have my variables on this side. So I'm going to bring my numbers to the other side. Okay, so I'm going to add 10 to this side and add 10 to this side so that I get rid of my numbers on this side. So that goes to 0. Okay, and now I can go ahead and solve. So on this side, I have 20. And on this side, I have 11t. Okay, and so my last step is going to be then to divide. So these are held together by multiplying. So I need to do the opposite sign, opposite operation, which is divide. So what I do to one side, I have to do to the other to maintain my balance. And this goes to 1. Okay, so I now have 1t on this side, which we just call t, equals 20 over 11, right? And you can leave it in that form, or if you want, you can change it into a mixed fraction, and that would be, there's 1/11 in 20, and then I'd be left with 9 over 11. Okay, all right, I hope that helps. See you later.